As the sun melted into the tangled canopy, a thick fog crept through the roots like a whisper of something watching. The jungle had gone unnaturally silent, no birds, no insects, just the wet imprint of something too large to be human. Deep within the shadows, the forest was holding its breath. He thought he was alone. From his perch above the canopy, it felt as if the world had stopped, but it hadn't. Below, camouflaged between vines and vines, something breathed. It didn't blink. It simply watched, waiting for the perfect moment to move. Hidden for centuries, the altar pulsed with forgotten energy. It wasn't built by the living, but by something older. Locals warned never to linger near it after dark. They said the spirits that once guarded it still roam. In the form of beasts that do not die. No sound. No warning. Just eyes, bright and merciless, staring through leaves soaked in rain. The jaguar moved with the silence of a shadow, stalking prey not for hunger, but for dominance. In this jungle, it wasn't the biggest predator that survived, but the quietest. The boat drifted silently. No motor. No oars. Just mist and the occasional splash. But they weren't alone. Something moved beneath the surface, massive, slow, patient. It had been following them since dusk, drawn to the scent of fear. The carvings weren't just stories, they were warnings. Warnings left in stone, for those foolish enough to tread where old things sleep. Around them, skulls of creatures that shouldn't exist. Left like trophies, or offerings. It looked like a bird's nest. Until they saw the bones. Human bones. Tattered cloth still clung to some, torn clean through. Whatever lived up there didn't hunt from the ground. It came from above, and it preferred its prey soft and warm. There was no sign of a struggle. Only disappearance. Tents ripped in half, footprints ending mid-stride, radio still crackling. And a long, slow smear of blood that led nowhere, just vanished into the trees, like its owner. At first, it looked like part of the bark. But then the bark moved. Slowly. Silently. Its tongue tasted the air, mapping heartbeats. To be seen by the serpent was to be chosen, and the jungle never mourned its missing. The walls weren't just marked, they were shredded. Whatever lived here wasn't human. It wasn't even natural. And judging by the still wet bones, it didn't sleep long. Every step sent ripples through the black water. The mud pulled at his boots like unseen hands, and the air reeked of something rotten. Just beneath the surface, yellow eyes blinked once, then vanished. It wasn't the water that dragged explorers under. It was what lived in it. It wasn't a crocodile. Too big. Too quiet. Its ridgeback broke the surface like a sunken ship rising. No sound. No growl. Just the slow glide of something ancient, something that had hunted long before men walked upright. The old shaman never left the jungle, not because he couldn't, but because he wouldn't. He spoke of creatures that walked between worlds, beasts born from the dreams of dead gods. To him, the jungle wasn't alive. It was sentient. And it remembered. It struck like lightning. No sound. No hesitation. Just the blur of golden fur and the flash of claws. You never heard the jaguar that took you. Only the silence after. It wasn't the darkness that unnerved them, it was the feeling of being seen. Dozens of eyes, unblinking, glowing faintly between the vines. Not one moved. They didn't have to. The jungle didn't need to chase. It waited, they came to study the jungle. But the jungle studied back. The cages were empty. The logs were corrupted. And on the glass, claw marks. From the inside. Whatever they tried to contain, had no interest in being observed. With every bolt of lightning, something enormous lit up against the clouds. Wings. Claws. Screeches that didn't belong to any bird. When thunder rolled, it wasn't the sky that shook, it was the air fleeing the flap of ancient predators. The mask was never meant to be worn. It was a prison, a seal. The blood wasn't ritual, it was recent. Something had been unleashed. And the jungle was already adjusting. Feeding it. It moved like smoke, legs brushing skin like whispers. One twitch and it would strike. But he didn't move. He didn't breathe. The jungle demanded respect. Or silence. Often both. The tracks weren't normal. Three-toed, wide. And sunk deep, as if the thing weighed tons. They vanished into a hollow tree, but inside, the path kept going. Downward. deeper than any roots should reach. And there was a sound, breathing. Infrared doesn't lie. The shape was there, massive, bipedal, and moving with intelligence. The team dismissed it as a glitch. Until the camera was found, cracked and covered in blood. The morning fog dulled the jungle's noise, but not its motion. Branches trembled. Leaves shifted. Something was moving, big, slow, and close. Every step closer, the fog seemed to recoil, revealing nothing, but confirming everything. Painted long before language, the image was clear: a man swallowed whole, his torch still burning. It wasn't myth. It was a memory. The snake still lived. And it still hungered. No struggle. No call for help. Just a pack, a boot, and a long, deep groove in the earth, like something was dragged. Whatever took them didn't rush. It knew no one would follow. From above, it looked like paradise, green, endless, untouched. But inside the canopy, the balance of life and death shifted with every breath. There were things out there. Watching. Waiting. The Amazon never forgets who walks its paths.